as I said, yours truly, Diamond K, in here. A lot of things that I want to talk about. A lot of things that I want to get into. Here's the thing. So when I first heard Birdman and Lil Wayne, Cash Money Records, the whole early movement, when I first became aware of this New Orleans-based label, we're talking about the mid-90s. That's when I became aware. Way before they had commercial success, I was aware of this movement, and I was a fan early on. Early on, I really got into the music of Cash Money Records, right? And Birdman, I could tell, was spearheading the whole thing. He was the brains behind the operation. And I thought that was good. You had Manny Fresh on the beat, and you had Slim doing I don't know exactly what Slim does, but as far as the music, they mentioned him in the music, but he didn't actually do anything. Like he couldn't rap, couldn't make any beats. He was just, I guess he was somebody that was in the studio with him sometime. I don't know. I don't know what his contribution to the whole thing was, but early on I saw that Birdman, aka Baby, was the driving force behind the scenes, and he kind of decided the way that things went. So through a lot of groups, Lil Wayne was in a duo. A lot of people don't know this. He was in a group with BG called the BGs, BG apostrophe Z. And they released an album called True Story. The two guys were very young at this point in time. But they released this album, and after that, Wayne went on to become a member of the Hot Boys. Still very young, not old at all, but rapping nonetheless, talking a lot of heavy drug talk, heavy gun talk. At this time, he was not using any profanity in his music. His mother was totally against him using profanity. So at this point in time, we're talking about the 90s, during the first Hot Boys album, Get It How You Live, they did not allow Wayne to use profanity. Of course, later on, Wayne went on to use a lot of profanity, become a very important part of the group. The group breaks up. Juvenile was the leader of the group at that time. The group breaks up. Wayne goes solo and starts having his whole run, and a very I want to say legendary run, because he went from being 9 years old, 10 years old, rapping with BG, to becoming a member of the Hot Boys with Juvenile, Turk, BG, Lil Wayne, rapping on mostly all of the Cash Money releases at a certain point in time. And, so you would think that the team of Wayne and Birdman was going to be a strong one. I mean, these guys were so close at one time that they referred to each other as father and son. That's pretty damn close. I mean, the last 3 years between Birdman and Lil Wayne have been at times hard to watch. I mean, you hate to see friends, family members going at it like that, especially when you've seen them close before. But then when you see the relationship go bad, when it goes bad, sometimes it really goes bad. Now, in 1991, when he was just 8 years old, Lil Wayne met Brian Williams, a.k.a. Birdman. He was already the co-owner of Cash Money Records at that time. But Wayne would eventually transform into Cash Money Records' premier artist, selling millions of records for the New Orleans-based record company. So where did things go wrong? How did things get so bad? For the last several years, Wayne's 12th studio album. 12th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. 12th studio album. The Carter 5 has been delayed due to all types of things. Due to contract dispute, payment issues with Cash Money Records. Under the direction of, as I said, Birdman, a.k.a. Baby, a.k.a. Brian Williams. Now, a legal battle approached its fourth year. Approaching the fourth year. Many people had lost hope that the Lil Wayne album, the Carter 5, would even come out. Feels like it's been so long that there's generations of kids coming along that never even knew anything about the Carter 5 was supposed to come out. That's how long it's been. But Lil Wayne's attorney, Ron Sweeney, confirmed that the rapper has reached a settlement with Cash Money Records. And he wouldn't give a lot of details, just stating that his client is happy and now owns his rights again. So Lil Wayne is no longer a part of Cash Money Records. Now, if I was losing my premier artist, I'd be unhappy. I'd be trying to work it out. But Birdman seems to show that he is not fazed by losing his premier artist at all. Birdman, by the way, is dating R&B legend Toni Braxton. It's kind of weird. Did not expect to see those two together. But for the first time, as I said, since he was 9 years old, Wayne is no longer a member of the Cash Money Records roster. Court documents show that all involved parties were ready to dismiss the lawsuit as early as last month. Cash Money Records distributor Universal Records made a multi-million-dollar payment to Lil Wayne, and they have hopes of recouping that money from future Young Money projects. You know, Drake, Nicki Minaj signed to Young Money. And a new agreement in place. Lil Wayne will be releasing the album and albums via Young Money Records / Universal exclusively. So there's no Cash Money Records middleman involved anymore. So severed, chop, like chopper style. Very interesting. So Birdman did not make the payment. So let's make sure we understand that. The Universal Records, who's a distributor for Cash Money, that's who gave Cash Money that big $30 million deal way back in the 90s and has been distributing their music rather. Now they have entered into a separate agreement with Lil Wayne and Young Money Records. So it's going to be Cash Money Universal. They have their own thing. Young Money Universal has their own thing. So Wayne and Baby are like on the same wavelength. Like, no longer is Wayne under Baby. Wayne is equal to Baby. You know, he has his own situation. So Birdman today posted this, and he seems like he's doing just fine. Cash Money Rich Gang said he been doing this shit. Now you can see him there throwing money in a bag to one of his underlings, and you know, they're you know, doing the normal Birdman thing. Birdman said that he has some music dropping on the 6th of July, so he is continuing to do his thing. As I said, does not seem to be fazed at all by that. He said, day one, uptown shit for life. And been doing this shit, CMRG. It's Cash Money Rich Gang, original hot boy. Hashtag Stunner Man, Stunner Island. Birdman music from the Bayou, July 6th. And so that's how he feels. So he, like I said, he does not seem to be fazed at all. He's letting it know he's still getting money. He's still doing his thing. He's still got music coming and is not at all fazed by the departure of Lil Wayne. Not even a little bit. Not slowing down one bit. Now, we previously reported that Lil Wayne and Birdman were seen together in a club back in March. Things were still hostile between them at that time. And at this point, relations have not improved. The two are not on speaking terms. They are both bosses now, as I said, in their own right, equal footing. Both have their own individual agreements with Universal. Wayne's attorney, who did not want to give us too many details, but he did say this: per our settlement agreement, the matter has been amicably resolved to the satisfaction of all parties. In terms of the particulars, we are prohibited legally from saying anything further. I can say that my client is happy. He is his own man, a man that owns his assets, his music, and himself. At some point, Wayne will let his fans know what's going to happen next. That is it's an interesting statement. Okay, says a lot there. I'm definitely happy for Wayne to he's going to need to update the Carter 5. It was recorded several years ago. Things have changed. Beats need to change up. I'm sure he maybe referenced some old stuff. He's going to need to update that a little bit. So they're talking about the Carter 5 coming at the end of the year. So I definitely want to stay tuned for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dom and K Show, at Radio on Fire. Of course, you miss any episodes, you can go to RadioOnFire/shows to catch up on that. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're seeing this video. I will see you guys tomorrow.